Okay, so there are 891 moons in our solar system. 891. And most of them are boring lumps of rock that literally nobody cares about. But some of them are so weird, so terrifying, so genuinely insane, that scientists think one of them might already have alien life on it right now, as you're watching this. And no, I'm not talking about our moon. Our moon is fine. It's going on this list too. But it's not even close to the most interesting one. I ranked all the notable moons from absolute worst to absolute best. And trust me, by the end of this, your brain will be broken in the best possible way. Let's go. All right, let's get the losers out of the way first, because not every moon is interesting. Number 10, Deimos, Mars's outer moon. It's basically a captured asteroid, 12 kilometers wide, shaped like a potato. No atmosphere, no water, no interesting features, just a rock orbiting Mars, doing nothing. Number 9, Phobos, Mars's inner moon, slightly bigger potato. Here's the one interesting thing about Phobos. It's falling toward Mars at 6 feet every 100 years. In 50 million years, it'll either crash into Mars or shatter into a ring. So if you're a Martian, that's your problem, not ours. Number 8, Mimas, Saturn's moon. You've seen it before. It looks exactly like the Death Star. Giant crater on one side, perfectly round. The crater is so big that whatever hit Mimas almost destroyed it completely. NASA scientists literally had to explain to the public that no, it's not the Death Star. It's just a coincidence. But honestly, that coincidence slaps. Mimas gets points just for looking cool. Okay, now we're getting into the interesting ones. Number 7, Iapetus, Saturn's moon. And this one is genuinely strange. One side is jet black, the other side is bright white. Like, imagine a moon that looks exactly like the yin-yang symbol. Scientists think the dark side picks up space dust as it orbits, while the bright side stays reflective because it's made of ice. It looks like someone painted half of it with tar. Number 6, Charon, Pluto's moon. And here's the wild thing. Charon is so big compared to Pluto that they don't orbit each other normally. They both orbit a point in empty space between them. It's basically a double dwarf planet system, and NASA's New Horizons spacecraft actually carried a coin when it flew by in 2015, because Charon is named after the mythological ferryman who charges a toll to cross into the underworld. Someone at NASA has an incredible sense of humor. Number 5, Io, Jupiter's moon, and is basically hell, actual hell. It's the most volcanically active object in the entire solar system. Hundreds of active volcanoes, lava fountains shooting dozens of miles high. The surface temperature swings between minus 130 degrees and over 1,600 degrees, depending on where you're standing. And here's why. Jupiter's gravity is so massive that it literally squeezes Io like a stress ball. The moon's surface bulges up and down by 330 feet from tidal forces. 330 feet. The ground beneath your feet would move like a slow-motion wave, constantly. All that squeezing generates enormous heat, which creates the volcanoes. Io is terrifying, but not interesting enough to win. Keep going. Number 4, our moon. Yes, just the moon. Earth's moon. I know what you're thinking. That's basic, but hear me out. Our moon is absurdly large compared to Earth. Most moons are tiny compared to their planets. Ours is basically a quarter of Earth's size. That's weird. Astronomically weird. The leading theory is that 4.5 billion years ago, a planet the size of Mars smashed into early Earth. The collision was so violent, it vaporized both objects and threw enormous chunks of superheated rock into orbit. Those chunks merged and became our moon. Without that collision, and without the moon that formed from it, Earth's rotation would be way faster. Tides wouldn't exist. Axial tilt would be unstable. The conditions for complex life probably wouldn't have developed. Our moon basically stabilized Earth enough for life to exist. You owe your existence to a catastrophic collision 4.5 billion years ago. Also, humans walked on it. We literally drove a buggy on another world. That's insane when you think about it. So yeah, our moon makes the top 5, but it doesn't win, not even close. Number 3. Titan, Saturn's largest moon. And Titan is the most mind-bending place in the solar system. First, it's bigger than the planet Mercury. A moon bigger than a planet. Wild. Second, it's the only moon with a thick atmosphere. Not a thin wisp of gas, a proper dense atmosphere, thicker than Earth's. Mostly nitrogen, just like ours. Third, Titan has weather. Real weather. Clouds, rain, rivers, lakes, seas, an entire weather cycle, except instead of water, it's liquid methane, natural gas, in liquid form, raining from the sky, pooling in lakes, flowing in rivers. It's Earth's water cycle copied and pasted, but with natural gas instead. If you stood on Titan, the gravity is low enough that you could strap wings to your arms and fly. The atmosphere is thick enough to support it. The temperature is minus 179 degrees, so you'd need a suit, but you wouldn't need a pressurized one. Just insulation. And here's the really interesting part. Scientists think there might be liquid water under the surface of Titan, a hidden ocean, and NASA is sending a drone called Dragonfly to fly around Titan's surface in 2034 and look for signs of life. Titan might be the most Earth-like place in the solar system, and we haven't even scratched the surface of what it's hiding. Number 2. Enceladus, Saturn's tiny, shiny moon. It's small, about the size of the United Kingdom. Tiny compared to Titan, but what it does completely breaks the rules. From its south pole, Enceladus shoots geysers of water vapor and ice particles hundreds of miles into space. Not once, not occasionally, constantly. Right now, as you watch this, Enceladus is shooting water into space. Those geysers come from a global underground ocean of liquid water hidden beneath the icy surface. A full ocean on a tiny moon in the outer solar system where temperatures are hundreds of degrees below zero. How? Same reason as Io, tidal heating from Saturn's gravity. Except instead of creating volcanoes, it's keeping a liquid water ocean warm enough to stay liquid for potentially billions of years. NASA's Cassini spacecraft flew directly through the geysers and tasted them. What it found? Water, salt, organic molecules, molecular hydrogen, carbon dioxide. That's basically the ingredients list for life. All of them present in the geysers, coming from an underground ocean. Scientists think there's a reasonable chance that microbial life exists right now, today, swimming in Enceladus's underground ocean, and Enceladus is still not number 1, because number 1 is even wilder. Number 1, Europa, Jupiter's moon. And Europa is, no contest, the most important, most interesting, most potentially world-changing moon in the solar system. Look at the surface. It's covered in cracks, hundreds of them, brown-orange lines running across bright white ice. Those cracks happen because the ice is constantly moving, pushed and pulled by Jupiter's tidal forces. The ice is thin enough to flex. Beneath that ice, an ocean, not a small ocean, an ocean containing twice as much liquid water as all of Earth's oceans combined. Twice as much, on a moon smaller than Earth. And at the bottom of that ocean, scientists believe there are hydrothermal vents, cracks in the ocean floor where hot water and minerals erupt from the interior. On Earth, those vents are surrounded by life. Tube worms, shrimp, bacteria, all thriving with no sunlight whatsoever. If the same thing is happening on Europa, there could be ecosystems down there, right now, in complete darkness, under miles of ice, on a moon 484 million miles from Earth. And here's the thing, we're going to find out. NASA launched the Europa Clipper in October 2024. It's on its way to Jupiter right now. It'll arrive in 2030 and do 49 flybys of Europa, scanning the ocean, mapping the ice, listening for signs of life. 5 years from now, we might have confirmation of alien life in 5 years. Not alien civilizations, not UFOs, but real, actual, verifiable life elsewhere in the universe. Microbial, probably, but life. And if that happens, it changes everything. Not just about space, about what life is, about whether we're alone, about the probability of life throughout the universe. Europa is number one. It's not even a debate. Here's what gets me about all of this. For 4.5 billion years, these moons have been out there. Enceladus shooting geysers into space. Europa hiding an ocean twice the size of ours. Titan raining methane over ancient lake beds. And for almost all of human history, we had no idea. Galileo discovered Europa in 1610. He saw it as a tiny dot of light near Jupiter. Had no idea he was looking at the best candidate for alien life in the solar system. It took us 400 years, billions of dollars, and some of the most advanced spacecraft ever built to understand what that dot actually is. And right now, a spacecraft is on its way to get the answer. It launched in 2024. It's moving, it's going. In 5 years, we might know if we're alone. If you want to be here when that happens, hit subscribe. I cover space science every week, and when Europa Clipper finds something, you'll want to already be here. Drop a comment. Which moon surprised you most? Europa, Titan, or are you team Mimeas looks like the Death Star? 891 moons, and we've barely looked at any of them. What else is out there?